All right, how are y'all doing tonight? I know it's not really night if you can't see the stars. There's nothing like performing comedy under fluorescent lighting. It's every comic stream, I'm telling you. Just to be clear, So let's hear it for Pride for bringing us in here. Now, before we get started, I need to cover some consent. All right? Because any loving relationship needs to start with consent, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I talk to you about real things?
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Don't worry, this is not a TED Talk, okay? We're gonna have fun with it. If I slip up on a bad word, are you gonna turn me into HR?
No.
All right, do I have your consent to film you?
Yes.
Are you going to behave?
No.
You are my kind of crowd. Yeah, this is going to be great. So anyways, I'm actually really excited that we're here in the Center for Addiction Medicine because I've been trying the sobriety thing out myself. As you know, I've been doing this for 26 years. Yeah, all I did is I didn't drink and I didn't die. It's an important formula. Yeah, and also, I was so amazed when I joined Denver Health a year ago to find out about the, substance use disorder and making sure that words matter. And it's so inclusive and just affirming because now, technically, I'm a polyaddicted, polyamorous, pansexual, non-binary, bipolar, unique individual who's prioritizing my self-care. Previously, I was just a crazy drunk slut. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Oh, do I hear other sluts out in the crowd? We're a pretty proud group, I'll tell you that. But, okay, now, if you don't know what polyaddicted means, that's basically you're doing either multiple drugs at once, 2 or more substances at the same time, or sequentially. It's like the trail mix of drugs. So everybody starts out with like the basic nuts, raisins, that's your pot, that's your booze. But then every now and then I'd run into an M&M, meth and Molly. And it's all like, oh, what's this? It's going to be quite an evening. Now at my age, I'm still doing the trail mix, but it's like Tylenol, ibuprofen, Metamucil, so I don't give a shit. But so sometimes though, the real problem with polyaddiction is you get your mix wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's an important life tip. Hopefully you don't get in this situation, but if you've been up for 24 or 48 hours tweaking on cocaine, and you need to calm down, but you already smoked all your weed, don't take LSD. Especially if you're going to a kid's birthday party. Yeah, those Pokemon were jumping right off the cake. Oh, I gotta catch them all. Good thing I've got all these Pokeballs. Next thing you know, I'm getting tapped on the shoulder and they're like, ma'am, will you get out of the ball pit and quit throwing things at Chuck E. Cheese? So it's not all bad. I got banned. I don't have to go back there. But the other thing is you make some weird life choices, right? Okay, I never prostituted myself.
Okay.
But I did consider it. It's like, there's no food in the house, and there's no gas in the car, and I do enjoy sleeping around. And they say, if you do what you love, it's like you never work a day in your life. How bad could this be? And I was like, no, I just gave it away for free. But can you imagine if somebody came walking in right now and they're like, I heard Workforce Development Center is here. That's some of the weird career coaching advice I've ever heard in my life. should either. Yeah, but anyway, so life's better now. Been sober a long time and just really loving that. And yes, in case you didn't catch it, I am on the queer spectrum.
Okay.
And I really came to terms with my queerness in like 2020. And no, I didn't get it from the vaccine. But I mean, growing up in the 80s, I mean, most of us were at least bi, you know? Our sex symbols were Annie Lennox, so hot. And, you know, Twisted Sister, and Motley Crue, and Boy George, you know? Yeah, Pat Benatar for sure. You know, we wore t-shirts that said yes, so we did. Yeah, but in 2020, that's when I really came to terms with like what my gender identity meant and all the rest of these things. But the thing is, I had to explain it to my husband, Ryan, who I've been with for like 20 years. Yeah. And it's like, Ryan, just because I'm attracted to Kevin James and Ryan Reynolds and Queen Latifah and Sandra Bullock and drag queens and every single player in the National Hockey League does not mean I'm going to cheat on you. Right. Marriage, it's a sacred promise, right?
Yeah.
It's a commitment. I stood in front of that judge and said, yes, that's the joystick I want to play with for the rest of my life. We wrote our own vows. It was very romantic. But honestly, Ryan actually recently gave me a hall pass.
Oh.
Yeah. He even helped hook it up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those handheld shower things. Yeah, our water bill has gone through the roof. I hate to mow. He's taking mow showers. Yeah, I know that's a dumb joke, but hey, that's just good, clean fun, y'all. Also, we did try to get in shape a little bit during the pandemic and everything. You know, we got ourselves an exercise bike. And no, it's not a Peloton. Well, I've seen Black Mirror. I don't trust virtual people telling me what to do. Not for $3,000, I don't. But, so, as soon as we get this exercise bike, Ryan goes into like nerd mode. He's got to get all the accessories, right? He's got to get himself the special shoes, the special seats, special handlebars. And I'm like, Ryan, if somebody sells you a bike helmet, you have been scammed. Don't need that for a stationary bike. And he tries to get me in on this. He's like, Donna, what you need are bike shorts. I'm not, no. Not a good look. I don't need the bike shorts. And he goes, well, you know what? I'll buy them for you. What size do you wear? I'm like, rude. But I wear a size 18. He's like, I don't know what that means. Spoiler alert, nobody does. Okay, if there's any gentlemen out there who haven't had to shop for their own underwear in a while, men's stuff is measured in inches, and women's are measured in lies. Yeah, true. And then Ryan next goes, well, you can use mine, you can borrow mine. I'm like, Ryan, you are 6'4" and 330 pounds. I can't wear your bike shorts. And he says, well, they stretch. He did. Yes, he's still alive. Yes, we're still married. He got to stretch out on the couch for a few nights. And I'm like, no, Ryan. How about this? How about I just try riding the bike and see what happens? It's like, okay. So I get on the ready to go ride, and I'm going to just, do like 30 minutes. I haven't exercised in 5 years. What could be the problem with that, right? So I pull up my favorite serial killer podcast, jump on, and start away I go, right? In the first 30 seconds, I go, oh no, this funky seat is crushing my lady bits. I need bike shorts. And I'll be damned if I admit that I'm wrong. I will pound my pelvis into dust before I say that he was right. I'm just gonna pressure through this. So I'm like, all right, here we go. So I get going and I'm like starting to pull up a sweat and I'm breathing and heavy and it's like, oh, how long have I been at this? And it's been 2 minutes. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, but I committed. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But then the endorphins started kicking in, and I haven't felt good feeling endorphins like that in a long time. I've been sober a long time. And I swear, at the 7-minute mark, they said Jeffrey Dahmer was sponsored by Manwich. I don't think that's true. Is it true? It's definitely a missed marketing opportunity. And I'm like, all right. 10 minutes, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So I start to get off, and my foot gets caught between the frame and the pedal. And then I start to go down, and I fall, and I roll, and I hit my head up against the wall. So now I have a Star Wars themed bike helmet. But I still refuse to wear bike shorts. So last thing I'll leave you with is, okay, this is what HR is going to get called about. They called me about this once already. Amy's not here. Yeah, Chris. Okay, guess how old I am.
23.
23. Well, there's a big liar. I got sober when I was -3. Okay, any other brave souls want to guess? I am actually 56 years old. I know, I look kind of rough for 38, but pretty good for But the problem is, at my age, I am just tired.
Yep.
And I didn't expect that to hit me, but it's like, yeah, I still want to fight for my right to party. I just want to be home by 10 o'clock. Rage against the machine? No, I am far too tired to rage. I might post on Facebook against the machine. Or, write an angry letter to Congress against the machine. We need it, right? But rage, no. Remember in the 90s when we're all like, hell no, I won't do what you tell me. Hell no, I won't do what you tell me. And now I'm like, hell no, I can't hear what you told me.